30-minute session for a client. If any of you are interested in exploring psychic wisdom, energy healing, I would love to work with you. Come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I'm going to go ahead and read the goals here and get tuned in. This is actually a follow-up session. There are 2 previous sessions, so I'm going to put links in the description. Okay, so here are the goals. Okay, during my profound DMT experience, I had 2 memories come back to me, and I was viewing them simultaneously. Both were of me, when I was younger, being abducted by ETs, I believe. One was while I was walking home from school, and the other I was in the living room next to my dad. What was happening in those events? Okay. So during a DMT experience, you had 2 memories come back. And you were viewing them both simultaneously, and you feel that they were showing you ET abduction experiences. Okay, one while you were walking home, the other you were in the living room next to your dad. Okay. All right. I'm going to relax now, get tuned in. This is going to be very interesting. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for sharing as well. Okay, here we go. There's a lot of chitter chatter, like conversation, and it's like, why do you want to keep looking at this? Why do you want to go into the past? Why are you still thinking about this? What is it about this? Like like this, okay? So I'm just slowing all that down. Doesn't matter. It's important to take a look at experiences from multiple perspectives. It's important. Is this coming from you? Is this coming from guides? Okay. You're really nervous. And do you know the painting? It's pretty extraordinary. The first time I saw it, it's always impacted me, and it's kind of the face, and it's sort of like the shape of a gourd. It's like a kind of an 8, but it's a face that's screaming, and the mouth is open, and it's like like this, and it's kind of it really expresses that inner state of being. It could be despair. It could be despair of all different kinds. I felt that way before in my own life. And I kind of see that image coming through here. You're really nervous about this. I just feel that in your heart, and I'm telling you, hey, it's okay. Let's just be nervous. You want this, so it's okay to be nervous. Let's own it. You want this, okay? Are you second guessing yourself? You're afraid to open that up. You're afraid to, what is the figure of speech? It's like push the envelope. They say, so what? It's an infinite universe. We push the envelope. How are we going to grow if we don't push the envelope? You don't want to fall back down the rabbit hole, and you don't want it to be dark. You don't want to be scary. Why did you do DMT in the first place? What was the inspiration for that? How were you drawn to it? Escape, really? Okay. Now my guides are kind of coming in here, and I am touching I don't like this. I don't like touching wood that I might get a splinter from touching it. And this wood is grayed. It's almost blackened. It's very rough. It's very possible I'm going to get a splinter here. And I'm just kind of touching this wood right now. It's old. And there's something decrepit. There's something of the broken down house. Why are we exploring the haunted house? Because I just need to have a weird out of the box experience, even if it's a scary one, right? Why are we drawn to cemeteries at night and Ouija boards, you know? Why are we drawn to that stuff? Why do we need those experiences? Why do we need DMT experiences? Why do we need to go down that rabbit hole? Okay, this is going to get really demented. Okay, the face is coming back to screaming, and it's pretty disturbing, like being stuck in that painting for all time, screaming you can't get out of that dimension, the flat dimension where that is you. And this house is very rough shape. It's very haunted house looking. So this kind of rough wood is expanding out, and it's a home. And there's a bunch of, it's just broken all about, but it still seems to stand somehow. There's a lot of disturbing energy in here. You are looking for something of yourself. And you are looking for parts of your soul that fragmented and very extreme and difficult experiences that your mind can't conceive of, can't understand it. So you have to go to something beyond your mind, something that is going to ruffle the feathers of your subconscious selves, your inner collective, like ruffle the feathers to get that, squeeze those splinters out, right? And when they come out, they rise up to the surface, and now we are presented with complex ideas, complex visions, memories. What is this stuff? Is this even real stuff, right? But it is. We're going into this. We're going into these visions, these memories that you were presented with. And I'm shown that on the journey into understanding these, your DMT experience, you're attracted to, like the kid attracted to the Ouija board at the cemetery at night. Why though? I just need that experience. I just need something beyond. I need to challenge myself. It's fun to be scared, right? But this is actually kind of like DMT, the tool that is going to it's not going to give you access to your mind that's going to think logically. It's going to bypass that, and it's going to do things. It's going to open you up, okay? But it is going to open you up in a way that we're accessing really dark stuff. And then what are you going to do about it? Okay, so let's say that you're on the DMT experience and you're shaking things up, okay? Things are getting crazy and wild in your energy field, and you're kicking up all this negative dust and dirt. What are you going to do about that after the DMT experience? What are you going to do about that? How are you going to work through it in the mind? How are you going to work through that? And so you actually, we always make the right decision. We always do. There's no such thing as a bad decision. So you made the right choice because you are called deep down inside. You're guided towards finding something, figuring something out, working beyond. You could call it escape, but escape into self-healing on another level. It might be hard. It might be really hard, but it's bringing you to another place of experience, okay? I see this as really attracted a lot of negative energy. Like this process was working with a lot of broken, negative, dark and twisted, dark energy. So you bring all, like you're going there with it, right? You're getting access to all this. What are you going to do with it? You're going to sit in it? It's like sitting in a gross, nasty pool that you don't know how to clean. But you did it. You got all the gross stuff. You got access to it. You always had access to it. You didn't need the DMT to go there. However, you did for all the multidimensional reasons and all the complex parts of that experience and why that was the path, you know? See, there's so much resistance. I'm still trying to get to the point, but you're just like very, very much so in resistance. And so we're talking through it, and I'm talking to yourself as to why the choice. What it's okay if it's scary. It's okay. These are reasons why it's okay. We all want to be scared. Like, we all are attracted to stuff that we can't understand. And that does scare us. It's opening you up, really. Giving you access to things that you aren't going to be able to understand. And that's kind of the point, in a way. It's getting easier. It's getting a little bit more comfortable. Something does not want to show itself. And I will say this experience, it attracted things. It wasn't just, it's like you're going into a dark place. You're looking for broken parts of your own soul, but you attracted broken things as well. Okay? And there's just something in this brokenness, this broken house, that is, it's got a feminine energy to it. And it's really sharp, like a like glass cutting you. She's really, really thin and very elongated, and she walks through basically a flat plane. And she tries to be intimidating energetically, but I don't, I just send it back to her. Like, why are you wanting to be scary? Why? Why do you want to threaten? Why do you want to challenge? When are you going to stop? All right. The next thing I'm supposed to show you is a new scene. Interconnect with everything I've seen thus far. And I see your head opening up, and there's your brain sticking out, and all these weird colors. And it's not as pretty as it sounds, okay? Because they're dirty. There's dust in there. And it's all like, shoo, 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 like coming out of your brain. But it's like muddy, dirty colors, dusty, okay? And you are becoming disabled. I see you becoming disabled. That's the only way I can describe it. Because you're turning the switch off. And now you're just a shell that anything is happening now to the shell of yourself, okay? And your eyes are black. Like, your eyes are not responding. Like, nothing is going on there. And you're just shut down. And you're just kind of like, you're like a vegetable, basically. And I'm not really understanding what is going on here, because there is interactions here with your brain. There's interactions going on with your brain. While you're shut down, there's interactions going on with your brain. Some of this is benevolent, and some of this is to challenge, and some of this is to heal. Because I do feel that there's some benevolent energy here that's working with your brain. While you're shut down, you're distracted from the human experience. There is inner workings going on here, even at the physical level, And I see there's a color, and it kind of glows, and it's really pretty, and it's a light pale blue. And it's placed upon your brain. And there's beings that are doing this, and they talk to me, and it's kind of like the fabric of a spider web, but it's a beautiful light cloth. And it just is very, very thin, and it's very, very light, and it just rests upon a layer of your energy field, and it's associated with your physical brain. Okay? And these beings have very weird looking faces. I mean, I guess you could say let's just put an upside down triangle, so like they're more of a pointed chin. They do have a facial structure. This is really large. This head area is like extremely large, and this very fish-like face, like a very fish-like face. And they're also quite skinny. And they're very fish-like. They even have scales. They have like really kind of puckered out lips. And this is comforting now. This is becoming relaxing. I don't feel the scary house. I don't feel the broken. I don't feel the fractured, the fragmented parts of your soul. I don't feel any of that dark stuff. I feel peaceful. I feel calm. There's going to be a shift because I can tell you feel it's coming. Because as everything relaxes, something else is moving, and it's a discomfort. It hasn't, it's not felt yet, but I can vibrationally feel it. It's not changing this blanket. It's not changing anything. And what is this very comfortable state of being? It's not changing anything of that. But I can feel it's like it's getting intense. It's getting amplified. It wants to derail you. It wants to derail this. Yeah. And that's fine. It can do whatever it wants. And we get to decide what it means to us. You don't like this now. This is a disturbing image. And this is part of that derailing. All right, so it shows me your face is melting, and it's really gross because your eyeballs are still there, but it's like the skin around your eyes is melting around your eyes. Your face is melting. And you feel like you're melting all over your body and you can't move, you're paralyzed. And this is extremely painful and you can't scream. So again, it takes me back to the painting with the man who's screaming, and it's being trapped in a nightmare. And you're screaming and nobody can hear you. You're basically in the painting. It's very disturbing. Imagine being in so much pain and you can't even scream. You just have to sit there in silence and feel like you're screaming on the inside. I mean, this is acidic. This is lava level stuff. This is burning flesh energy. And it's hard to feel this benevolent gift. It's hard to feel it, but it's still there. It's very obviously still there, and I still see these beings. And they're very comfortable, very relaxed, very peaceful. All the while you're going through hell, basically. And I wonder if some of this conflict is your own ego trying to interpret, because your ego could be running wild and it could be very, very afraid by what it's trying to get everything back to survival. It's trying to get everything back to I am safe, I am secure, but you're putting yourself outside the box, so naturally your ego is going to freak out, and it's hyperventilating basically. So is this really malevolent, not nice energies coming to kind of derail this benevolent? Or is it your ego's reaction to the DMT experience? Is this the process of healing? I will say this is painful. And the energy side of things, this is very, very painful, okay? All right. They aren't showing me anything about having been abducted, but you, in a way, have a secret that you secretly want to be abducted. And that's perfectly fine. I think there are a lot of people that secretly want to be abducted. You whisper that to me. Because you miss what's beyond the planet. You miss... you're bored in a way here. In a way, you're very bored. And so you kind of, even if it is messed up, even if it is weird and dark and disturbing and you can't cope with it, in a way you kind of are, you're open-minded to suffering. Where other people would be like, yeah, I don't want to do that because I'm afraid of what it's going to do to me. You're more like, I don't care. I just need change, or I just need something outside the box. I need something different. I need to access something more, or I'm self-destructive and I just don't care because I'm bored with life, or I'm in suffering because of the way life has treated me, or whatever. So you're more open to putting yourself into difficult experiences, but you are open-minded to the bigger picture of a universe that has other sentient beings beyond this planet and interacting with them. And I'm not seeing anything that was like a physical abduction. I do see that you're quite connected to many, many beings in the universe. You don't need to be physically abducted. And I don't know that's necessarily your path. Because abducted is usually like you're the experiment. Abducted is I was taken and then they did things to me, you know. People don't say I was abducted and we had this brilliant party and we talked all night and they showed me the stars. I mean, you do hear some kind of stories like that, but I don't define the word abducted. Does not, it doesn't fit. I would be like, they came, it was so great. I had the best time. These beings, is, you know, I would not have to feel like that was an abduction, you know, I wasn't taken. And it was against the rules of what I wanted in this life. And you took me against my will, you know. I don't feel like you being taken against your will is necessarily your path in this lifetime. You do feel like you have a bit of a tough spot here that would have been calling out to have an experience where it would be really messed up like that. And it's almost like you would want it to be, because it would be a reflection of the screaming, silent screamer inside yourself, like the painting. And in a way, you're trying to heal that through more chaos or through love, through silencing, through nurturing, or through self-destruction. You have to decide, right, your path. But you're already connected with so many beings. Like, you would be more like, I had some visitors and I was all about it and it was really fun. It'd be more like that for you, okay? That's more like, that feels more in the vibe of your life path than, it's almost like, when I tap into that life path energy, it's almost like you would want someone to hurt. You would want somebody to, from outside, from out of the universe, because you would be wanting to hurt yourself in ways that you couldn't do it. So you want somebody else to do it for you. And then to have it be kind of outside the box, so it's a little bit more interesting than the day-to-day human world. So yeah, cool. Some really disturbing alien beings took me, and, you know, and literally because of the vibe that I'm tapping into, it's all quite, it's like the negative energy. It's like a negative Nancy. It's like, I don't like being around you because you're just grouchy. It's like you're like an Oscar the Grouch person. I just don't like being around you. So this energy is really playing on that kind of discomfort. However, there's other stuff going on here. It's not just one side of the story, you know. So I really feel like I don't feel like there was a physical abduction going on. And I feel like what I meant to do is give you perspective of yourself and how you were processing the experience and aspects of your ego, benevolent beings, what you were attracted to, what you were circulating back into yourself was not self-love. It was like basically torturing yourself or opening yourself up to something that would torture you. All the while, like, it wasn't about love. But the cool thing is it was. It always is about love, okay? No matter what, it really is always about love. Because you had to go there. You had to be broken. You had to do it. And it did give you access to a lot of dirt. It did give you access to a lot more. Now look at it. We're actually having this experience together. We're sharing it with the world so other people can wonder and contemplate and think about it. You know what I mean? And so there's a gift. It's a gift. And everything is a gift. Okay. Yeah, you are a little bit louder that you want to be abducted, okay? You want to be abducted. You say it now. It's like, I want to be abducted. I say, do you want to be abducted? You want to be taken against your will, and you want to have jacked up things happen to you. And then you want to be jacked up for the rest of your life trying to understand what jacked up stuff just happened there. You want to be abducted? You want to be taken against your will and you want it to be really jacked up? Or you want to have visitors that come and hang out with you, and then you guys take like a ride in the universe, like that's their car, and they just came to pick you up in their car and fly you out and show you the universe. Like, that is what you want. You see the difference? See the vibrational difference? Because that's the DMT thing. That's the DMT thing talking. That's that energy. I want to be abducted. I want to be just disturbed, you know? You don't want that. You want visitors that are friends, that are showing you and introducing you to beautiful things because you're beautiful. And that's the shift that's going on here. You're shifting away from that. There was a lot of negativity involved in that experience. You're shifting away from that into there's a lot of beauty now. There's a lot of beauty. So we're shifting from that negative to the beauty that was always there, right? Because we're letting that stuff go. No wonder all this chatter in the beginning. It's just something, I mean, that information was there. That was the first thing I run into. So I had to present that to you. Okay. So let me see. Okay, this you is different. It's weird looking. It's a younger, it's maybe 8, 9 years old, but it has like a 15-year-old attitude, and it has really big, oversized teeth. And then it has like these rubber things, like it's protecting its teeth. So let's say you're doing an impact sport, you know, and you don't want to get your teeth knocked out. So you have this, so it's your mouth is full of like all this, so your face looks almost duck-like, but you have normal human lips. So you just gotta take that out. But you're kind of a reddish brown color, and you have black eyes and black hair, and you're literally like eight-year-old body, a little pudgy in places with a 15-year-old attitude. And you're shifting because you're not saying I want to be abducted. You really do understand what I'm saying, and you are okay. What else is going on here? Hold on. There's just some kind of distraction. I'll come back to that. I just want to finish with this. What do you want? No wonder there's distraction. No wonder you have all this in your mouth. It's going to be hard for you to talk, isn't it? You got to acknowledge the truth. Stop avoiding it. But he's also a bit congested, almost like he does want to talk. He just can't. His throat's really tight. I say relax. Because he's got a mouthful. Is this the abducted you? Is this you walking home from school? Is this you at home in the living room? You know, the images that I see are exactly as they need to be, okay? Because they speak for themselves in their own way. It doesn't matter if this is what you look like or not, okay? But this is how the energy puts the image together, and this is how I'm supposed to describe it. All right. You weren't abducted. You're angry. You're angry at unresolved things in the human world. Is that to be a distraction from the things that you can't resolve in the human world? So you could be angry at something that would be out of your control. Because if you were abducted by alien beings, in a way, that's going to feel like it's out of your control. It's not, actually. Like, we all have the psychic ability to communicate with any being in the universe, to send love to any being in the universe, to send love into any situation, and to shift and change the energetic flow. We have the power. We always have the power. But in this state of mind, in this state of being, it's like if I was abducted by alien beings, and I could divert my attention towards that and not the things that I have to live with that bother me, that I can't change, that are part of the human world, that it should be different than this, you know? But if I was abducted by alien beings, then it would give me something else, you know? Give me something else. And this you is kind of angry in a way, but is understanding, but we have to resolve it at this level. Because there's other levels of you that are saying, okay, I am ready to shift into a different direction. I'm ready to shift my perspective on this. But this you is not, okay? This you is, but this you is angry and is not wanting to because it's still angry, okay? so mad, is screaming mad. Then nothing's coming out. It's kind of like that painting again. It's just a silent screamer, you know? I mean, if you look at the painting, you can tell he's screaming, but you don't hear anything because it's a painting, right? What are you really seeing? A mirror into yourself, right? And then what part of you is screaming? Do you hear them, or is it silent? Is it part of a memory? It's like, oh. So I'm still working on helping him to just let go of that anger, okay? And as he's continuing to let go of it, his mouth is getting it's getting normal. And he is connected to parts of this planet and people and life experiences, you know, human day-to-day stuff that is hard. Freaking hard life lessons. It's the joy of being here. It's hard life lessons. And you're tired and kind of devastated by him and you're sick of him. But this is literally getting very grounded and very relaxed. And I don't want to feel this way, and I don't need to feel this way, and it's disconnecting from what you owe anybody here. It's disconnecting because you don't owe anybody anything. What do you owe yourself now? Love, right? And if you can't get love from other people, it's okay, because you are the love. You are the love. So we just disconnect from all that stuff, okay? Now it's you. It's just you now. We don't need the alien beings. We don't even need the abducted, the visitors. We need the awesome or the not awesome experiences. Like, it's not about the people we like or don't like. It's just about you now, okay? It's about you now. It's not even about DMT anymore. It's about you. You don't owe anything to anybody. It's just about you. We're bringing it back to you. So you're the nucleus. You're the center. You still hold on to, all right, so as I bring you into the center, there's a really nasty monster face here. And in a way, you want to always have kind of a connection with the problem, because is the problem out there? Are you the problem? Like, you have something that a little inner child that says, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem. No, you're not the freaking problem. Since when did you give yourself permission to be the freaking problem? Stop. You're not the problem. There's somebody else. That was their problem. It wasn't really their problem. Like, where does this stuff start, you know? Imagine it being taken out on you and you're the freaking problem. No, you're not. You're just a kid. You're just a kid doing the best you know how. Somebody else, send it back. We're sending it back. You're not the problem. So no, there isn't any problems out here, because there's no problems in here. Because you are not the problem. And you don't need to be attracted to dark stuff, because you don't have that inside here anymore. Because you yourself are at peace. Okay? With everything. Dark and light sides, with the universe. Because you are the center. Okay? Don't need DMT. You just need to know this. You are the center. Life gets so simple when you realize you're the center. It just gets so simple. It's almost like, what's the point of life if it's this simple? We send the problems back because there aren't any. And there's no problem here inside you. Yeah, you're doing really good here. You needed this. You needed this because this is bringing you back into balance. You needed to revisit this. You needed to explore those memories. You needed to know. You needed perspective. Again, we can live in the center, but as human beings, we still live. We still get our coffee and interact with people, and we do dumb things sometimes, and we do really great things sometimes. We can be the center, but we still have to go drive our car or ride our bike or do this or do that, you know? We still have to make decisions and live. And what's neat is you're shifting your train tracks, you know? You're shifting your train tracks. So while you are the center, we're already mending. So we've mended so many fragmented parts of your soul. We don't even need to look at what that's about because we've healed it. Because we're already shifting gears. And when we shift the gears, it's like the revolving door takes us from this difficult experience that we were attracted to because we didn't know how to, we had that still going on inside. We needed something to just continue to let that flow, right? Until we were ready to shift gears. And now you're shifting gears and you are the light now. And you don't need the pain. And you don't need the manipulation either. Because it was confusing and your mind was derailed and things were going on there that was also creating the friction of confusion, right? And then the not knowing. And I would like to get some perspective. Is that real? Did I really get abducted? Or was that the me that says I want to be abducted silently bringing up and creating visions, creating memories that feel freaking real? Because I'm on DMT and I've shut everything down and I'm having this alternate experience because I need this right now. Because I relate to this right now. I have a feeling you're going to ask me this question. Who are the beings with that did the blanket? Like, what's that? Let's just look into that real quick, okay? Because I will say everything else is feeling a lot better. The screaming is silenced. You feel a lot more grounded. You love yourself more than ever. You're actually starting to understand things in a way that you never thought of it or saw it in that way before. You are more focused on, again, attracting the alien beings that are your friends and go have some fun and don't call it abducted. Call it like Star Trek, Call it like that would be cool to go meet some people that are super nice, super benevolent, diplomats of the universe that actually care about you and want to show you some different things. Now that is friendship. That is love from the stars. It's not abducted, That's a totally different path of experience. Like the souls explore, right? I don't feel like that is your path. Like I feel like your path is more is filling with light and self-love, and it's shifting gears in that direction, okay? And I don't feel like it was that before either. I think there's just a lot of pain in here, unresolved pain in your heart. Okay, so let's see what these beings are. Okay. It just, when I go back to those beings, it makes me really sad because it brings me into the chaos that even created that experience in the first place. And there's so much anger about it and feeling of powerlessness. You put yourself into a situation where you would be powerless. And you're mad at yourself for doing that and the jacked up things that were done to you because you put yourself in that position. And it's all energy related stuff. It's not like human stuff, or even it's like very much so energy related stuff. It's just you really attract a lot of not nice energy and you're mad at yourself for that. You still have that going on here. And I'm gonna push that away because let's just see what these beings are. Okay, yeah, the more that we look in that direction, there's a path that develops here. There's a lot more than just those beings. There's a lot more. And there's interdimensional. It's not just incarnated spirit level beings as well. What I'm supposed to do is show you that there was a very corrupted, difficult process that was going on, and the reason why you were attracted to that experience in the first place, but there was benevolence going on as well. And you're kind of going into a phase again from this like negativity to something that is not going to break you down but build you up now, okay? So you are always welcome to, always know that you are always welcome to look into things. And that chitter chatter at the beginning, that's why I wasn't cool with it, because you have a right to ponder, you have a right to wonder, you have a right to ask questions about the past, but it is good to just think about it. But are you ready to fully shift and transition into I'm ready for friends. I'm ready for a brighter experience now. Like, I don't need the self-destructive behavior. I don't need to attract that. Like, I want to attract growth and development that is benevolent and beautiful. self-loving, because I am beautiful. I am self-loving, right? Okay, that's all I can share. Man, I could stay in this. This is really cool. Thank you for this opportunity, and really neat to see what's beneath the surface of that request. Thank you for sharing with others as well. And all right, and thank you everybody for watching, for all your love and support here. I hope you all have a super wonderful day.